My name's Jack Acosta. I was a chief financial officer with some publicly traded companies. Had the opportunity to do a number of different things, a number of different disciplines throughout my career. Yeah, I attended school here at Cal State East Bay while I was working full-time. I was a police officer at the time, and so it was taking me a little bit longer than others perhaps to complete the curriculum. But I graduated in 1975, undergraduate degree, and continued on the graduate school, MBA program specifically, and graduated in 1978. And at that point in time, I was still a police officer, and I resigned what I was doing, decided to go into the business world. Not that I knew what the business world was, but that was my pursuit, had been for a long time, and so I made that transition at that point. And so the university here, what it helped me with is being able to understand the different skill sets that were required to go into the business world. I had no application experience, having been in law enforcement and public service for a long period of time. But as I made that transition, I found the skills that I developed from the programs that I had the opportunity to be involved with here were very applicable. And even though I didn't know specifically the environment I was going into, the skill sets that I had allowed me to adjust and be flexible enough to be able to accomplish whatever I needed to be successful in those environments. Well, the location I loved because it was convenient for me. You know, I was a police officer in the city of Fremont, so for me it was a little drive up. It was flexible. I could come at night. I didn't have to be during the day. You know, I could work full time, take the classes, do what I needed to do to progress in my education. And nowadays, it's even more flexible because you've got the Concord campus, you've got things going on in Oakland today. So it's really become a regional university, which gives a lot more flexibility for people throughout the region to be able to attend the university. Yeah, I've kind of a eclectic degree, or career actually, not degree, but eclectic in that I've worked in a lot of different industries. And I think that's one of the values of actually coming to school here is that the type of skill set you develop is such that you can be moved from industry to industry. There's a lot of flexibility. And most of us, certainly I was one of these people where you're going to have multiple types of careers throughout the course of your life. And the flexibility that's required to do that comes from skill sets you learn that can be applicable throughout wherever you happen to be working. So for me, I mentioned I left law enforcement, went to Ford Motor Company. I worked there for a few years, and then I went to Xerox in manufacturing. I was a manufacturing supervisor. While at Xerox, I got involved in finance. And from there, I went to Atari because I had an interest in games. I spent a couple of years in the gaming industry. And then from there, I went to the networking industry. Ungerman Bass was the first independent networking company. Networking meaning the ability to connect computers together so they could talk to one another and share information. The forefront of what we're doing today. And then from there, I went into the software business. And that's where I thought the future was. But through this whole process, what allowed me to do that was the skill sets I developed and had gained through the education process. And now it was just an application of where I happen to be, what I happen to be doing, and how those skill sets applied. Yeah, the advice I'd give current students would be to take advantage of the opportunities that are given you. You know, you have a strong curriculum here at the university. Apply yourself. Be curious about your environment. You know, seek out different opportunities. Be flexible. The key, I think, to long-term success is going to be the ability to change. And you're going to have the opportunity to see a number of different things evolved over the next several years that will be change the world. And hopefully you can be part of that effort. But it's going to require that you be flexible and you be able to move from one environment to another. And with the skill sets you develop here, if you apply them and develop a strong work ethic, you can certainly be successful in our future.